All right, good evening, everyone. Good evening, and welcome to tonight's session. This is our last day. Just like I said, we'll be doing some practicals on how to draw support and resistance, trend lines. Basically, the aim today is for you to see the tools and know how to use them. All right. Now, not just because we want to do, I want to show you the tools so that you know how to use them, what they are used for. All right. And also being able to practice them on your own. So we're starting from trading view on the laptop, then we'll now go to the phone. We'll do MT5, and possibly we can still do trading view on the phone too if we have some time. So we'll be doing this in the next 50 minutes so that we can shut down by 10 at most. And even if we have questions, it wouldn't take more than 10, 15 minutes, and we'll call it a night. All right, so let me share my screen. Let me share my screen. All right, so let me clean this chart completely. No, I need to leave this chart. Most of this thing here, I need to reference them. Anyway, no problem. I can draw them again. That's not a problem. Let me clean everything completely. So this is good. Remove 17 drawings. Okay. So please listen now. Trading View is free for you to have, okay? But the only thing is that the free version, you won't be able to add more than 2 indicators, all right? But for you to use more than 2 indicators, you have to buy a package, at least the minimum. The minimum, what's the name for that one again? All right, they have Essential, they have Pro, and they have Professional. I think Pro is is it Pro or let me check. Let me check. So as a trader, you must have trading view. As a trader, you must have trading view. Okay, if you don't have trading view, you have not started. You don't have trading view, you have not started because your trading view can still be used on your mobile. Okay. So community products. So let's come to products. Pricing. Okay, so there is essential, there is plus, and there is premium. Okay, there used to be, I think the essential used to be the pro. Okay, then pro plus before the premium. So they changed the names. I could remember, I think there was pro plus, then before premium. So this is what it looks like right now. So okay. So this one is you have all of them, you have 30 days free trial. All right. And this is what you get. You can have up to 5 indicators on your chart. That's for this one. 10,000 historical bar. What that historical bar means. So let's assume you are opening 1 minute 1 minute chart. That 1 minute chart will not exceed 10,000 bars. I said 10,000 candles. If you are opening daily, the daily will not exceed 10,000 candles. All right. So that's what it means. So it gives you the history that the 10,000 candle can contain. Okay, then and all of that. So that is that. So let's go back to where we came from. So right now, like I said, TradingView is free. So all you need to do is just go to your browser, you type tradingview.com, and you just create an account. How do you create an account? All you need is just to supply your email, all right, email and other data, and that's all. You just supply your email and other data, and that's all. So you have an account where you can have your history. Okay, anything you do will be saved on that chart and on that account. But if you just go open and close, you won't have history. Like all of those things I drew, and anytime you come, you still see them, is because I have created an account and the account is there. So right now, these are the tools. Okay, so if you look to this, you can see my cursor, right? All of these are the tools. Okay, we call them objects. All right, so let's start from. Okay, so this is the first one. Now, here you have trend line. Okay, you have trend line, you have ray, you have info line, extended line, triangle, horizontal, then horizontal line, then horizontal ray, vertical line, then the crosshair, which is the one that this one we're moving like this. Then you have the parallel channel and all of that. So let me show you the trend line. You've seen me use it all the time. So your trend line is for you to connect your points in trying to just watch over a trend, and you want to know when there's going to be a breakout of the trend. So this is what the diagonal line does. So this is the diagonal line. A trend line is a diagonal line, okay? It's used to draw trends. So trend is buying, you draw is selling, So now let's assume I've drawn that trend line now. This is another trend I'm seeing here, another trend line. So you can see the connection now. How do I connect? I connect the first two points are usually very key. So now you look at, like in this case now, if I'm starting from here now, this is the first and the second one. I want to make sure that they are connected and every other one will follow. So I take this as the first and this as the second. So you can see how this happened. And the market came, all right. And ordinarily, I would have also drawn this one, okay. As at this time, I would have also drawn this and drawn this. I'm waiting for a break above or a break below. In this case, we have a break below. All right, this guy actually break and close below, but now did a retest and came down. So that's the work of a trend. Now, the market came down here again, all right, rejected, and the thing went down. Then it came back again for the fifth or how many times, and it broke through, it did a retest, and it gave an upward move a bit before it came back to this level where it's playing around here now. So that's for trend, the trend line, that's how it is used. Now, on that same area again, you have the info line is, I don't really use it because it gives you the degree, okay? It gives you some level. When you draw a line, it will give you the degree of what this diagonal line, and to give you the degree, all right? It will give you the distance it has covered, and also how many number of candles covered, all right? So it's also used for trend, but it's going to give you the angle, all right, which I don't need. I don't work with those I don't need those angles and all of that. But that is what it does. It's a diagonal line, all right, with records. So it's going to give you how many candles that drawing cover, how many bars, which is the same thing as candle. The period, is it 6 hours, 7 hours? All right, then the distance and the angle. Then the price range, okay, to tell you this happened from 104 to 110. All right, so that's what that one does. I don't use it. but that is just for that. So you come here again. So let's just go to the ones I use. The horizontal line, which is very key. Horizontal line is for your support and resistance. So I drop this here as a support. Okay, right now price is below. So this is to ticking the pixel to tick the line or to you have the thickness. Okay, so it's actually support because price is above right now. Okay, so that is what the horizontal line does. Then the vertical line, most times what I use the vertical line for is when I want to mark a particular place. So take for instance, let's assume this is 1 hour and I drop this thing here. I drop this. Now, I may have dropped this after this red candle, this bearish engulfing dropped here. So I drop this here and I can now scale to a lower time frame to look for it. So let's go to 30 minutes first so that we don't allow it travel too far away from us. So this is the vertical line I dropped now. I want to go and find entry. All right. So I want to go and see what has happened in lower time frame of that engulfing candle. Is it good for me to enter or I still need to wait? All right. So that's how to use the vertical line. Oh, I've moved this guy. Anyway, no wahala. This is just for the way off for. Let me just remove it. Now, the reason why it's so far right now is because it's 5 minutes and it's going to print more candles, all right, than when it is ahead. So this is the place. Okay. So this is that 1 hour candle. Now we have come to 5 minutes. Now, where this thing is dropped, by the time, maybe by the time this thing dropped like this now, and it must have come to this side because it will drop at the beginning of the candle because of where I drop it. Now, when I come, I want to see something like this that is about to happen. So it has broken. Maybe by the time I will come after, because this is the end of that bearish of that engulfing candle. This was where that engulfing candle ended, if I can really calculate very well. This was the end of that engulfing candle. And all of these are, so what you are seeing here is that to the left and to the right is 50% candle to the right, 50% candle to the left, because I put it on the center of that candle. So this is where that engulfing ended. So by the time you come here, it may not have displayed, it must have displayed this rather, all right, and be doing this movement up. So this one now will be like a retest because this was the break of change of character that it has done. This line are just marked now. Okay, that's this diagonal line I'm trying to put here now as a horizontal line. I just use it to want to check this low. All right, I wish the low was already broken and the market is going back up to do a retest. Okay, so after this retest, I saw a break below it again. I will enter this trade from here. Okay, so now another tool I use is this guy. All right, it's called forecasting. Now this one long and short, is called measurement and forecasting. Let me see the name again. It has its name. Okay. Okay, so let me remove this one. It's actually measurement and forecasting tool. So short is for sell, all right, while long is for buy. So let's assume you enter this trade here, all right. You want to maintain your stop loss above this swing high. So your stop loss is here, all right. So right now, if you look back in history, you want to put your take profit here, okay. For this particular trade, you put your take profit here, and your TP is hit. So this is 1:2 point something risk to reward ratio. Now the trade still went further down. That one does not concern you again. You have taken your profit to go out of the market, or maybe for this particular trade, you enter two position and you are trailing the other one. So that one can travel with the trend for as long as it stays. So this one is to forecast. So now when you place your this thing, it will help you in measurement and giving you where the take profit should be and where the stop loss should be. So it will give you the exact figure that you need to go and put on your parameters. Okay, give you exact figures for the parameters. So that is what this one does. So I'm just showing you what all of this does. Now, parallel channel is, take for instance, I want to draw this guy up and down. I want to draw two trend lines up and down to cover a particular place because the trend, what I'm saying is that it's creating both lows and high of equal distance in as much as it's diagonal. Instead of going to take two trend line, I'll use this one. I'll use this one and drag it like this. So can you see now? So you can see that within this region, the market went up like this, kiss up, came down, kiss down, went up again, kiss up, kiss down again, kiss up, and before it broke out. Okay, so that is another way to use this one. What's the name again? Parallel trend line, parallel trend line. Okay, so these are how these tools are used. And each of them, another thing is that most times you may not really understand all of these things, all of them have use, but as you grow in the system, okay, different patterns, sharp patterns, you want to look, okay, this, you want to measure, all of these are patterns, okay? All right, we have different sharp patterns, shark, and name them. I don't use them, I don't know them. All right. So they are different, they have different work. Okay, so we have this area too where you have the brush, the highlighter, the rectangle. I use this rectangle a lot. Okay, you see that most times I want to create a block like this, I just use a rectangle. You draw it to the distance you want. Then another one I use so much is the path. Now the path helps you to draw trends, higher highs and higher lows. Okay, is the easiest way for you to mark them and you see them clearly. You mark them and you see them clearly because you are seeing that one is actually higher than the other. Okay, as you are doing it like this. Okay. Okay, so now you can see the change of character. All right, that I said, okay, this is what I want to see, okay, before I now enter the trade. So this is how this is used. Okay, what else that I use so much I would want to show you as tools? I think, okay, yes, this guy. Now you want to use this guy to measure to see how many pips and how many points. Okay, so like this one now is giving me 27,795 points. All right. That 27 something 795 points is 277 pips. All right. 277 pips. That's what it means. 277 pips. Okay. So that's how that will work, and it will tell you how many candles it covers that range, all right, and the distance. Then it will now give you the total pips, which is also the distance, the pips, and the points, as the case may be. So that is that for the objects that I use that I want to show you on the trading view. Okay. Now, how to add indicators on trading view. Now, you look at this, this is indicator, all right? So when you click on it, it will list, it will just give you, here now is on favorite, okay? financial, personal, technicals, and all of that. But you're looking for anything, you should search it. So take, for instance, you want to say MACD, you just type MACD, all right, MACD will come out. Now, all of these MACD crossover, all of these are just different embedded customized indicators, okay, built by different persons. But the original one is this one, which is the moving average convergence divergence. That's the name, the full name. The MACD is an acronym. So the full name is moving average convergence divergence. Okay, so you click on it, it will drop on your chart. All right. We have the EMA. I've showed us a lot on that. EMA is exponential moving average. We have simple moving average. We have smoothed. All right. So all of them have the way they work and what they do. Just like I said, I just want to bring you up to speed on all of these names and how they work, but you will not understand them in one day, all right? But having seen them and see how they work, as you begin to play with them, gradually you understand how they work. Then number two, you become used to them, all right? So right now, I will stop here, then I'll go over to the mobile to show you the stuff I'm showing you now on your mobile on MT5, which is what every person here, mostly, including myself, most times, sometimes I don't even come to the laptop. I just do a lot on the phone because I can play with the phone very well, all right, without coming to the laptop. So I'm going to stop share here now so that we'll go straight to the mobile. Let me share from my phone. Okay. So let me share from my phone. I will be going to MT5 to look at this what we are talking about now. All right, so let me go to the, okay, so this is MT5. All right, we took this trade yesterday. So can you see that our vol 20, all right, that were in beautiful profit, everything has gone back. Everything has gone back in the swing trade. Okay, everything has gone back to zero right now. This is the trade. This one is the first one we took the first day. This one here is the first one we took the first day. And I think it was yesterday or the day before that we took this one still on when we're trying to do one thing or the other. All right. Then we took this volt 40 yesterday. We took the vol 40 yesterday. It has been in a drawdown. It was actually in a heavy drawdown of, I think, $26. That is coming back home now, and it's now reduced to $7 plus. Okay, so let me clear everything, and so we already understand this is called the trading window. All right, this is your trading window. I've shown you everything about the trading window and what is here. So this balance is actually your available money before you started trading. Okay, now what the balance is your equity. That's your balance is what you have. Now your equity is your balance, okay, plus or minus your floating profit and loss. Now, the language is this. If you are in profit, your equity will be bigger than your balance. Okay? But if you are in a loss, you are in a drawdown, your equity would be lower, which would be smaller than your balance. Okay. Now, margin is the amount of money you pay down to enter a trade each time. So there's a certain amount required for you to have before you can enter into a trade. If you don't have up to such an amount, you cannot enter into that trade, talking about that particular asset, because each of the assets have their different margin. Okay. There are some trades that their margin is as low as 2 cents. All right. Meanwhile, we also have some trades that their margin alone is up to $10. So for that kind of a trade that the margin is $10, which means you cannot trade that kind of an asset if you don't have to up to maybe like $40, $50. Because by the time you click on buy or sell, $10 will be set aside first, minus from whatever you have already. So not until the trade close, that money is still set aside. So if you make profits, you may not really understand how much it was, all right? But if you make a loss, at the end of the day, you will know exactly how much you have lost from. So you can do the arithmetic. It's easy. Okay, so now we now talk about free margin. Now, free margin is the available amount you have that you can still take, you used to take more trades. Okay, the available amount you have to take more trades. So like on this account now, the free margin is 2,149.65. Now, what it means is that I can take more trades. I can even take up to 30, 50 more trades. All right. And the account will still be running. Okay. So if I take trades in this range of $1.41, if we've taken how many positions here and it's just $1.41. So which means if I take additional 50 position around this kind of assets, 50 times this will just be around maybe probably $70-something. All right. So that is what will be set aside as margin. So which means I can still take more trades. All right. So let's now go to the cocoa that brought me here. All right. Another thing is that positions. Okay. So you see these positions. All right. When you have running trade, this is where they will queue as positions. Okay. If you were having pending order, the pending order will just be under this running trade, and it will be seen as order. All right. It will be seen as order until it is activated. Okay. Until it's activated before it will now come to the position and be counting alongside the other running trades. All right, so let's go to the charts. Let's go to the charts. So this is the chart. We set up this guy yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before? We set up this guy as a VJ strategy, which is my own strategy. Right now, we are not setting. Now, one of the things I did when we're setting this up is to show you how to add indicators to your chart. Okay. So which, in as much as yes, we use only 3 indicators, but I showed you that is where you should go, and that's where you should pick whatever you need to pick to add to your chart. As we begin to grow, you begin to see more different indicators and what their use is and how to always pick them to use. Okay, so right now, I'm here to show you the tools. Okay, I'm here to show you. Now, let me show you something. You see what I just did now? Now, I hid my Windows 2. Now, this chart window is the main window. Any window below outside the chart, they are called window 2 or window 3 if you have more than one window. Okay, it's called indicator window. Okay. So right now, you can actually hide this window. Even if you have up to 5 different windows, you can hide it. What you just need to do is to press hold on the screen, and you see this dot here. This dot here is the peddler, okay? Or should I call it circle? Is the peddler, and you just use it to hold and drag it down. As long as it's highlighted and that circle is showing, you can easily drag and hide it. The same vein too, you want to bring it up, you press hold again, it will show that small circle and you drag it back up when you need it. Okay, so I'm showing you how to insert and how to use them, navigate all of this here. So now let's now go to the primary, the cocoa that brought us here. So I've also shown you what all of this here represents. All right, the charts, the objects, which is for you to get trend lines and all of that is this one. Let me mark them again. Okay, so this one is for chart layout. Okay, this second one is for the indicators. Okay, this one is for the indicators, which we will call them objects as well. Then this one is settings. All right, it takes you to setting. This is crosshair. All right, and this is, okay, sorry, this one is objects. Okay, that's tools, while this one is the indicators. The Naira sign, the one with the Naira sign is the one for indicators. Okay. So right now we want to, the same indicators we use that way, all right, we want to bring them out. So how do you bring the indicators out? I already showed you, all right. Sorry, we're not looking for indicators, rather we're looking for objects. So how do you bring the object? You touch the screen, this cycle will pop up, and you choose this guy I already showed you. Now, should you, you're trying to get confused, which one did I click? I clicked the one between the chart layout and the settings, okay? The one between the chart layout and the settings, that is, that's where to get the objects, okay? So I click on it. Now, if you are coming here for the first time, you may not see all of this. You may not see all of this. Maybe you just started using a chart. But for you to now look for the objects, you click on this plus sign. Okay? So you click on the plus sign and it will bring them out for you. So I've clicked on the plus sign. So can you see all the tools we were talking about earlier? Now this is the vertical line, the horizontal line, the trend line, trend by angle, cycle line, arrow line, and all of that. Equidistance channel. Equidistance channel is that one I used that is called parallel. Parallel and equidistance is the same thing. All right, here is telling you is equidistance channel, while on trading view is a parallel channel. Okay, parallel trend line. Yes, parallel trend line. That's what it's called that way. Okay, so we have a lot of objects, all right, to use. So we have all of these things have their work, the Fibonacci retracement and all of that. So right now we're going to be taking a trend line. So how do you do that? I've told you where to start from. So there, I want to do a trend line. So I can just draw first like this. And but when you, just like I told you, unlike your laptop, you have enough view. But here, you want to squeeze the chart so that you get a better view of the distance and the history behind it. Okay. So like now, this is a trend line I have just marked now. Okay, this is a trend line on daily. See how critical this thing is on daily. And like I said, what you know about trend line is that whenever trend come back to the line, you want to see what does it want to do. Is it about to break the trend or is rejecting and continuing in that trend? Okay, like in this case now, this is one of the reasons why we took this trade that is still rigmaroling around here since yesterday. But don't worry yourself. This trade that has been rigmaroling, You may just wake up tomorrow morning or maybe before noon, it has taken profits. All right. It will not just go into profit, it will even hit TP. Now, that's how these things work. Now, when market consolidates, okay, take for instance now, if we look at all of the consolidation point, I can see market consolidated here, consolidated around here. So after the consolidation, there's always a free fall or a free rise. Okay, so you can see all of this. This is a trend. You can call it a trend line or maybe a trend wedge or whatever it's called. But as soon as it broke, you can see the speed it ran. So that's the same thing here. It ran this speed. So you see this guy that is doing all of this. By the time it will drop with a full force and it will deliver our hit TP for us. So that's this is for the trend line. Okay, so let's for the same way again, you go to click on just click on the chart, you bring this circle and you click on the objects. All right, and you are here again. Now, another thing I use very well is this guy, even on the mobile. Okay, so I use this guy even on the mobile, and it's been fantastic. Then, let me take it out. Then you want to go there again. Now, this is your horizontal, your horizontal line. It's just as simple as that. You pick it and you put it where you want to drop it as a support and resistance. And if you look at where I just dropped it now, there's this rejection. There's this rejection here. After I break, there is a touch again, more like a rejection. So for me to further, I need to take this in and bring. So all of these things are things you look at for, to check. Yeah. So which other one am I going to? Let me, okay, touch again and you bring another tool, the horizontal, vertical. All right. Now, all of these things we have used them, but I just want to show you on the trading advice on MT5 how you can easily be picking them and apply them to your chart for your analysis. Okay, so this is, I just pick this one now. I go back there again. Object. Okay, so somehow okay, so this is Fibonacci retracement. Okay, yeah, this Fib. All right, so all the object tools, they are here, but you need to know how to use them. You need to know how to use them. All right, Fibonacci is too advanced for you now. You don't need to just, I'm just showing you what is there and how to easily drag them out and use them to do what you want to do. Okay, so what else? What else? Let me go there again. Okay, so let me check what is here. Trend arrow. Okay, so trend arrow is the same thing as the trend line, but you want to use the one that has arrow, all right, to show you that at the end of the very peak, you are going to be seeing that arrow showing the direction that this one is going south, this one is going north. It's just then standard deviation, regression channel, all right, Gaussian line, Gaussian fan, all of that. All of these things are tools for you to use. Okay, I don't use this triangle, I don't use this ellipse, but they are all tools you can use depending on your person. Okay, I think okay, so now let me just go beyond the tools. Now let's go to indicators here. Now, for you to add indicator here, that's where you need to use that Naira sign, okay? So if you come here, the Naira sign is here. You come on top here, the Naira sign is also there. Okay, so see it here and also see it here. So it's either you tap to bring it out or you wait until, sorry, what's happening to my, okay? So either you tap here to bring it out or you use it at the top here, so long you're already on this chart. Okay, so let me now click on it and let's look at now for you to add indicators. All right, your main window, this first one, this is the only one you will see. This F plus. If you followed yesterday or the day before when we're creating this day before when we're creating this strategy, I cleaned everything and I applied that. So when you see the F plus, the first one calling main chart is for you to add indicator to your main chart. Now, this second one, window indicator window one. So whenever you add an oscillator, okay? Whenever you add an oscillator, it will create a new window for you. So we already have indicator here on as window one. But now I want to add another oscillator. If I add another oscillator, it will create window two. And anything you are adding from, it has to be from the main chart, which is this F plus in front. So I click on it and say, for instance, I want to add RSI. Okay, this is RSI. I click save. And can you see now is window two. So if I add more 5 oscillators, it will be creating windows for them. There's you who is having multiple, what do you call it? You who is having multiple window two indicator, you should be able to know what each of them are for and how you're using them. All right, because you don't just put multiple indicators on your chart when you don't have use for them. So now you want to delete what you have added there. It's just to come here, tap on the delete, then you check what you want to delete and come back to the delete again, and it's gone. Okay, so different indicators with different work they do, but I think with what we have done so far is a good foundation. Is a good foundation. If you can go back and begin to practice them. There are a lot of training, a lot of analysis, a lot of both intermediate and advanced persons who are doing a lot of training on YouTube. All right, and it's easy to spot. Just type anything, you know, support and resistance in Forex on YouTube. It will bring list of people who have traded, who have talk on the topic of support and resistance. Any subject you want, just type it and it will come up. You watch the video, and that's another way you learn. Because frankly, I actually learned a lot from YouTube, all right, and brush myself too by watching what other educators does, those who are very much popular in the business and how they do their thing. By the time you combine Mr. A's talent, Mr. B, combine like 5 talents and use them for yourself, you are now having 6 talents in one. All right, so I'm going to stop share here and also end the recording so that we can now take questions and we shut down for today. All right, so let me stop recording. I thought I stopped sharing. I don't understand. Okay. All right, so let me have I stopped recording? No, let me stop the recording.